Hello and welcome to this discussion with Business Today. As you know, the new NDA government is going to complete a year in office very soon on 26th. So we'll just take stock of some of the areas and some of the promises that they've made and how much progress they've made in various areas. So right now we are going to discuss about the power situation. As you know, the Prime Minister had promised 24/7 electricity to every Indian household by 2019. Now that is quite a tall promise. It's a difficult, though not unachievable, target. But still, it will take some doing because we have all been facing power troubles for as long as one can remember, and to really overcome that and give continuous power all the time to everybody in India, well, we'll see if that can really work out. But today I have with me Assistant Editor Anilesh Mahajan, and he is the power expert in our team. So we'll just discuss with him what progress the government has made towards this objective in its first year in office. So Anilesh, maybe we could start from the beginning, because the coal linkages start off the whole process of electricity generation. So what are the changes that have happened throughout the chain? If you could just tell us.
Alokesh, I'll take you back to when Narendra Modi started making this high pitch. And at one of the rallies in UP, he told his rivals that to provide 24/7 electricity, one requires 56-inch chest.
Yes.
And people took it as a metaphor. People took it as a satire. Whatever you may take. Actually, you require bold decision making. You require out of box thinking. And when this government took over, the brightest spot which one could see in the entire cabinet was that one guy who is of a banking background was given charge of coal as well as power as well as of renewable energy. So they synergize these three ministries so that their outcome can be synchronized. So Piyush Goyal. So many now believe that this was probably one of the master strokes Narendra Modi government played a year back. And now if we see it on a hindsight, whether things are improving or not, or are we getting more electricity, or more people are getting access to electricity, the answer is yes. But another question comes: is it good enough? The answer is maybe, may not be. So if we see, if we structurally see the things, on fuel side, coal was in a mess. Then on generation side, generation companies were in mess. Then on transmission side, our infrastructure was bad. We had, one of the worst trip down in 2012. So then distribution companies, they all were in mess. Out of 29 distribution companies in the country, 21 are still in distress. So there was a saying that if somebody invested in providing electricity, they were bound to get into distress, from coal to distribution companies. But now situation is slightly improving. Last week, Piyush Goyal told most of the reporters that Coal India in last 1 year improved its productivity. Coal India is the monopoly company in coal production. So they have improved their productivity by 32 million tons. So which was not there in Coal India's history, that they improved by 8%. But Coal India has a target of achieving 1 billion ton target by 2019, when Narendra Modi's tenure will end. So is it good enough?
1 billion ton per year.
Yeah, but is it good enough? The answer is no, because to reach 1 billion ton, you require a CAGR of 17 to 18%. So they have all 17% of CAGR, and they have only achieved 8% right now. So
still that would be better than previous years.
Yeah, it is better, but it is not the best scenario. So they will still have to work hard to achieve 1 billion ton target. Then on electricity side, they have improved the generation. The coal inventory has improved. If you remember, in September we did a cover story on Coal India's mess. So at that moment, roughly 26 power plants of our country were having, critical stocks. That means they had inventory of 7 days or less of coal stocks. Now, on an average, all Indian thermal power plants have 20 days stock. So, which is good by international and national standards. So, which was set by CEA, the watchdog of Ministry of Power. So, so that resulted in the power generation as well. So the power generation is also is improving. So if we see the generation side, so generation improved by 8.4%, which was incredible. So now we have 1 trillion units of power generated in a single year, which never happened in Indian history. So things have started improving, but the issue remains that okay, we have generated this much of electricity, but where is the buyer? So we all know that distribution companies are in a mess. Unless this mess is being resolved, power cuts will stay part of our memories.
So this is sort of a moving target when you're talking of giving full electricity to everybody by 2019, simply because the population is increasing, the demand is increasing. So even while you're trying to streamline some of these issues, you also need to keep increasing capacity. Because without increased capacity you cannot meet the increased demand, even if you reduce transmission T&D losses and bring in some of the other efficiencies. So what is can you tell us if the government is thinking in terms of adding more power capacity? What has been the experiment with private power companies? I know in Calcutta it has been a big success, but I don't know where else. Maybe you could tell us what the government is thinking in terms of getting more private power players in, or in terms of what are the new power plants that are coming up and how is that going to help?
You mean to see private players in distribution companies?
Distribution as well as in power generation.
See, in most of the states, distribution of power is a very political issue. Like I told you that in Delhi, they promise that they will provide electricity at a certain price. And if like police, they don't want to leave distribution companies, in the private hands. Right now in Delhi, you have 2 private players, and this makes things more difficult for the state government. If state government owns the distribution company, then it is much easier to implement such schemes, which are financially not so good, but politically they may give you dividends. So things, see, if you have to improve, then you will have to move towards privatization. There is no other solution to it. But when it will happen, it is the biggest puzzle in the Indian electricity segment. Alokesh, if we talk about private players in generation side, it is very difficult to bring them on board because they have burned their fingers in last 12 years. So we see that amongst the 4 UMPP projects, only 2 came up, and one of them is in a mess. So then we talk about the other players as well. They are into a debt trap. We all know that Adani Power, Reliance Power, and other players, they are still battling with their books. In 2017, when the current 5-year plan will end, we don't have private players' commitment to bring in greenfield projects beyond that. So which is the biggest headache right now for the power people who run the power ministry. Beyond 2017, only state and NTPC PSUs will only bring power plants, and that is not sustainable. You have to have private players getting into it. You have to have fresh capital getting into it. State governments agencies are in a financial mess. How can you bring in those people back and get into generation? So those things have to be resolved.
And what about gas? Gas has been tom-tommed as the next big thing in India's fuel mix, and gas power plants also, there's been a lot of hype about it. So what is the situation there?
Yeah, gas, they are trying to resolve the issue, but for gas they are trying to put gas into a peak load to service basically the peak load of demand. So gas has a unique quality that it can step up and step down very quickly. It's not like coal. where it takes time to step it up, and it takes another another hour's time to calm down. So they are trying to figure it out, that how we can basically give subsidy, because gas is expensive than coal. So they need to subsidize it so that distribution companies can buy, as well as these companies can become more sustainable. So now a new scheme has come up, and the bidding for that has concluded last week. So roughly 11 gigawatt out of 22 gigawatt of gas-based utility will come upstream. So they are expecting from June to September they will add roughly 500 billion units from these power plants.
How would you rate the government's performance in this first year on power, and what would you say are the top 3 priorities in the next year?
See, the next year priority is to streamline the decision making with the Environment Ministry, so that Coal India can get into more mines. We have to get out of this this open cast mining system. We need to get into underground mining. So underground mining is more environment friendly. So you can convince the Environment Ministry that our carbon emissions would be down. So we should be allowed to do the underground mining, so that coal production increases. And thirdly, they have to solve this distribution company mess. They should be given some financial assistance, or they should be allowed to do away with their debt. Whatever mechanism they want to develop, they must improve their financial performances.
So quite a few good things have happened, and a lot more good things need to happen before 24/7 electricity becomes a reality. I think one of the more intractable of those issues would be the transmission and distribution losses, and getting the state-owned power distribution companies to get their act together, simply because the state-owned companies are run by influenced by local politicians who are not necessarily always in sync with what the central government or the party that rules the central government are thinking. But we'll still hope for the best, and the first year has been all right. We'll hope that the next year the 3 points that Anil mentioned, those 3 points should be taken care of, and we'll meet again to take stock of this. Tell us what you think of the situation.